Hey everybody, it's Queen of Light 1111 here with your special reading. I put a poll out on my community page on YouTube yesterday about what kind of reading you would want to see today. And I think it was like 46%, so almost half of you wanted a reading on blocks and challenges. What is blocking or challenging divine masculine and divine feminine? And I decided to add another layer just to see, what is also blocking the connection. So what we're going to do is we're looking at divine feminine's blocks, divine masculine's blocks, and the blocks for the connection. And I'm really excited to do this because I typically do this type of, this energy. I pull blocks and challenges in the Twin Flame Extended reading for clients when they book a personal reading. So it's important for the collective to also understand as a collective energy, what is the block for the collective. So let's go ahead and get started. And before I do, I just want you guys to remember that if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. And remember, I have a very, very exciting and special class. I have created a master class, How to Read Tarot Like a Priestess. And that class is available for purchase on my website at queenoflight1111.com. And I still have some decks here for those of you who sign up. I am going to set, for those of you who sign up who are in the United States, I will ship you my Divine Connections Tarot deck for free, okay? And you can use that, or you can use any other deck that you have, as you're going through the class. So if you purchase the master class, okay, if you purchase the master class and you live in the United States until supplies last, okay, so I reserve the right to say, hey, I'm out of it because I'm almost out of it. So I probably only have, I don't know, about 10 more decks that I could ship out to those of you in the United States. So sign up now. If you're in the US and you want to learn how to read tarot, sign up for my masterclass. We go through the Fool's Journey so you understand the story of tarot. We go through each of the major arcanas, upright and reverse. We go through all of the different court cards. And then the last class, I demonstrate everything that you've learned. How to read like a story, how to read with clarifiers, how to read with oracle cards. It's a very, very cool class. You could take it at your own pace, okay? Once I send you the links to the videos, you take the class as your schedule allows. It is at your leisure. So on my website, queenoflight1111.com, and you can, if you live in the United States, I can ship you a deck, my tarot deck, Divine Connections Tarot deck, for free, okay, if you purchase. Now, only while supplies last. Now let's get started, okay? Okay, bottom of the deck energy for the blocks is the 10 of Swords. So the bottom of the deck, the theme today of what is blocking or challenging the connection for both masculine, for both feminine, and the connection is the 10 of Swords. So when the 10 of Swords is in the upright, this is that energy of saying goodbye. It's an energy of walking your own path. So this is in the blocked position. So when this block comes up, okay, and this is the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, and I'm going to read it like they have, intended. When the 10 of Air shows up as a block, this is the thoughts and opinions of masculine and feminine that are affecting the connection. So instead of moving forward and being independent, they are really stuck in their heads, in their thoughts, in their pain about this connection or the things that are happening. So it's like this energy of their thoughts are dominating. Okay, not their spirit, not their soul, their thoughts are dominating. And so this is very much an energy where it's time to leave this past behind. This connection where it is today has run its course. We have to end this cycle. It may feel uncomfortable. It may feel like you're walking away from your twin flame. You're walking away from the cycle. The cycle has to end. Okay, you cannot move forward into the next cycle of this journey if you're caught up in separation, if you're caught up in pain, if you're caught up in the challenge. Release him, release her, release that mindset that keeps you stuck. So specifically for Divine Feminine, we have the Ten of Swords clarified by the Emperor, clarified by the Compass card. So this is what it is for feminine. She's in the energy of she's having a very difficult time, letting go of her thoughts and her attachments as related to her masculine to continue to find her way forward towards her true north. So she's very much in the energy of holding on to the pain, holding on to the ending. The ending is all up in her noggin, okay? It's all up in her logic, all up in her ego mind, and she's having a very, very difficult time letting go, and it is keeping her from her true north. It is, period, the end. And so this energy, the way that it has to do with her challenge is that her masculine was irresponsible. He was irresponsible with their connection. And so she has to end this cycle. You cannot be irresponsible with Divine Feminine. You cannot be responsible in any connection, period, the end. And in this connection, her biggest challenge is that masculine was irresponsible with his higher purpose, which is her. Okay? Or just his highest purpose in general. And then what is going to support her with these challenges is the integrity piece. He needs to be in his integrity. He needs to align with his life path, and so does she. So does she. So now let's go ahead and look at Divine Masculine. Okay, what's his bottom of the deck? We know we got the Ten of Swords. Now masculine's bottom of the deck is the Fool card and the Divine Intervention. So he's in this energy of like, we can't have a new beginning. We can't have a new beginning. I'm not going to take a leap of faith. I'm not going to do any of this. I'm going to stay stuck in my cycle. But guess what? Feminine, you don't have anything to do here. You can let go of your thoughts and masculine because guess what? The divine is intervening. It is not your job to send him healing, to send him light, to pray, to light a candle. You don't need to do that. The divine is involved. The divine is working with him on him closing out his journey because he knows that he was irresponsible when he took a leap of faith with you. He knows that he was not in his integrity when he took this last leap of faith with you. He knows that. So the divine is coming in and really is focusing on resetting the balance. It is not Divine Feminine's job to reset the balance in the connection. So what is blocking the connection? Well, Seven of Swords and the Empress. So the more both masculine and feminine stand in self-sabotaging thoughts, behaviors, and patterns, it is going to affect the connection. It is going to affect the movement of this connection. Okay? Because in what's blocking the connection is frankly masculine, cheated, lied, was irresponsible, deceived, Divine Feminine. And what's going to support the connection is masculine standing in his integrity towards Divine Feminine, but Divine Feminine also standing in her integrity. I'm really getting the sense, like, is Divine Feminine like, oh, let me try to settle. I'm forgiving him. Let's try to make up. Hey, it takes two people to do that. Okay, it takes two people to do that. He needs to be on board and he needs to be changed if you are going to try to take a leap of faith and rekindle the connection. So we have to end the cycle. People have to end the cycle. Masculine has to step up. Feminine, you don't have anything else to do here with masculine but focus on yourself and your own journey. So Divine Feminine's most significant overall blocker challenge is body and mind. This is the card that comes out as part of the Swords family. Okay, didn't we just say it's our thoughts? Yes. She's in her head. And her biggest challenge is what is in her head is not aligning with her spirit. It's not aligning with her soul. Her soul is telling her something else. Her head is telling her something else. She's seeing something else. And so she's really in this energy of feeling cast out. She's caught up in that, but I feel this, but I think that, but I'm seeing this. And she's continuing to just search for deeper meaning, deeper meaning, deeper meaning, when it's very, very clear. It's clear. As long as she aligns herself, she will see that you're never in separation. You're always in union. But she will also see that this cycle has to end. He was not in his integrity. He was irresponsible. Now she cannot be irresponsible. And she cannot not stand in her integrity. She must. She must put up boundaries. She must have her own self-worth, her own self-esteem. Her thoughts are really making her feel cast out. It's lowering her self-esteem, and it must end. So let's break this down even further about her challenge. Well, she's losing faith. She's losing faith that masculine will be stable. She's losing faith that masculine can be a grounded companion and stand in his strength. She's losing faith. She's losing faith. She's losing faith because she's caught up in her head and she's attaching to the old cycle. It's time to let it go. So what's going to support her? Remember, bottom of the deck. She needs to stand in her integrity. She needs to go out, enjoy herself. Enjoy herself. Maybe take a vacation. Small steps. Maybe study something different. Maybe learn something different. Maybe, experience something different. Maybe start cooking. Maybe start developing a new skill to stabilize and really, restrain yourself from this conundrum that you get into in your own head. So Divine Feminine's biggest challenge is her thought process, her thinking, and her misalignment with her soul. Her soul is saying one thing, her mind is saying something else, and her eyes are seeing something else. And it is really affecting her self-esteem. And through that challenge, it is affecting her faith, not only in her journey, but also in her connection with masculine, that he will never be able to be stable and grounded. And when you think in those terms, that is exactly what you're going to manifest. So you have to surrender and release it and focus on something very new and cool and exciting. Just restrain from these thoughts. Stabilize yourself with something new. Divine Masculine's biggest challenge, look at this, 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords is betrayal. 3 of Swords is pain, sadness. Notice how we have swords for him as well. Both of you are in your head. So when the 3 of Swords comes out, this is interesting because in this deck, this is about learning. This is about education. This is about learning through painful lessons. This is the block. He's not learning through his pain. He's in this energy where he wants to stay asleep. He wants to be in ignorance is bliss. He doesn't want to feel the pain as related to his feminine or his higher self. He doesn't want to connect to his higher self. He's in the energy where, okay, well, I didn't do this. It's not my fault. I don't know why she was angry. I don't know why this happened. His biggest block is he doesn't want to align to his higher self. He wants to stand in this ignorance is bliss energy because, excuse me, if he does realize what he's done, he's going to see his irresponsibility. He is going to see that he was not standing in his integrity. But guess what? The divine is not going to let him sit here and be a fool. The divine, not masculine, feminine, the divine, the universe, God is not going to allow him to just be like, oh, okay, well, I didn't do anything. I can be reckless. I can do these things and not suffer any consequences. But that's his biggest block right now. So let's develop on that. Cowardly. See, he knows what he did. But his biggest challenge is he doesn't want to recognize what he did because he gets very cowardly when he awakens. Judgment is a card of awakening. It's about rising up to your higher self. This is his block. He's too much of a coward. I'm not saying that. The card says it. He's too much of a coward right now to face himself and his karmic lesson. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Because he knows that when he faces himself, when he rises up to his soul's calling, he will see what he has done. So his biggest challenge right now is he doesn't want to, because he's in this cowardly phase. He's not in his power. He doesn't want to rise up, because if he rises up, he will see. See, higher purpose. Judgment is higher purpose. So what is going to help him? You can't make this up. Higher purpose. What is going to help him with these challenges is that he needs to understand that he deceived 7 of Swords again. He sabotaged his higher purpose. He had someone who was supported, devoted, faithful, loving, and he sabotaged. That's what he knows. He knows he sabotaged his destiny. He knows he sabotaged his true north. He knows he sabotaged a higher purpose here. We have it 3 times. Higher purpose. Judgment is higher purpose. This is his biggest block. But guess what? After this 20 card, Judgment is number 20. You get 21. You get the World card. He must complete this cycle. But whether or not he chooses to do so, he's got the free will to say, you know what? I don't want to align with my higher purpose. I don't want to see what I did. I'm going to stay a coward. So his biggest challenge right now is he's sitting in his pain, but he doesn't want to see the pain that he put on his feminine. He doesn't want to align with his higher self. He's in this energy of being irresponsible, and he's cowardly. He's in the energy of not being able to rise up and deal with his irresponsibility. And because he must stand in his integrity, and he's got to face this deception, this trickster energy towards someone who is faithful and loving, that is his higher purpose. That is what he must do. But in order to do that, he must stand in his integrity. And right now, it just does not feel like he is willing to do so. So what's blocking the connection? King of Water. That's the match to the Queen of Cups. It's masculine. This is what I keep telling you. What I feel like I've been telling you is feminine. All you have to do is work on yourself. That's actually what you always should have been doing. Because the blocks right now are heavy on masculine. Masculine's in the energy of blocking this union at this time, this connection. King of Water. When the King of Water comes out, this is someone who is absolutely in his emotional mastery. Someone who's calm, someone who's insightful, someone who's balanced, protective, nurturing. But when this card comes up in the block, this is someone who's jealous, who's in emotional immaturity, someone who is festering in their own doom and gloom. Well, guess what? 2 of Swords, that's him. This is divine masculine at this time. He's in his own pain. He's dealing with his own desire, not only to deal with his own pain, not around him, not what he's done, not how his actions have affected him and other people. So this most significant block is this masculine's immaturity, emotional immaturity. And it's his desire to refuse to compromise because he's threatened, because he's scared, because he's a coward. I love masculine. But you guys ask for blocks and challenges. It's not going to be all rosy, okay? His biggest block and challenge is that he is emotionally immature. He is refusing to compromise because he is threatened. He feels in danger. He's not in his power. So how is this also blocking and challenging? He's in pain. He's holding his own coin. He's in pain. He's trying to figure out how to be happy without doing anything about it. Pain is exactly the card of 3 of Swords. This is all masculine blocking the connection right now. He's in this energy of pain, of sadness, emotional immaturity. He feels threatened. He's refusing to compromise. He's refusing to come to the table. And because of this pain, he's holding on to his own peace. But he's not in peace. It's a false sense of peace. So what is going to help with these challenges? Putting standards and boundaries around third-party situations as an Emperor. King of Wands, Emperor card. Where do we get the Emperor? Bottom of the deck for Divine Feminine, where she's like, find your way, dude. Find your way. What's going to support this connection? Standards and boundaries against third-party situations, which is what he does to numb the work that he must do, what he does to numb taking responsibility, what he does to numb to stay out of his integrity. So in order for this connection to move forward, for him to come out of his pain, for him to mature, for him to be an emperor, he's got to put standards and boundaries around third-party situations. But we are seeing here that he's wallowing in his pain. He's not in his strength to rise up and take responsibility and stand his integrity. We see that he's not. You know, what's going to help him is him seeing that he sabotaged a higher purpose connection. But he doesn't want to see it right now. He doesn't want to see it right now. That is the blocker challenge. So feminine, it's very important for you to stand in your own integrity. Rise up. Stand in your self-worth. Surrender this to the divine. The divine is involved, and have some fun. Go out. Have some fun. That will help you stabilize. I hope this helped you guys. Let me know what you think. And if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. And don't forget, if you want to join my masterclass, sign up now. Free Divine Connections Tarot deck to those in the U.S. while supplies last. Have a great day. Bye.